So I want to thank you all for being here. This is a wonderful event. We are so honored to have this event and to have you all here with us to share in it. I want to thank our friends, our students, our colleagues for all sharing in this momentous day with us all together. My name is Gwen Snow, and I'm honored to be the principal of the Newcomer Academy. The fall of 2016 began a year of dynamic growth in Newcomer Academy, growing from 400 students at the beginning of the year to 900 at the end of the year. We added classrooms across 3 buildings, and we also added teachers throughout the year as well. We hired 12 new teachers to respond specifically to this dynamic growth. One of the first new hires that we hired in the middle of the year was a young man who was working as a preferred sub at Conway Middle School, and he was highly recommended by his principal, Greg Fair. After we interviewed him, we knew he would be a great fit. He had extensive experience overseas, a compassion for adolescents and students, and an intuitive understanding of math pedagogy. Grant dove into the classroom in December and jumped several hurdles during his first year. He traveled from classroom to classroom and added new students every day. Grant was unflappable as a new teacher. He loved his students and they loved him. He worked tirelessly to make sure that they had everything they need to learn grade level math. Not only was Grant new, but all of his students were new too. They were new to the United States and to English, and many didn't have an opportunity before for a full formal education. He stayed long hours after school to make sure his students received extensive feedback on their assignments and to meticulously prepare his lessons. Clearly, to Grant, teaching was not just a job, but a calling. 4 years later, Grant co-leads our high school math team, leads his interdisciplinary team, helped implement standards-based grading in our school last year in the middle of NTI, and he still shows up early and stays late to help his students who want extra help. It has been a delight to collaborate with Grant Bradfield and to watch him grow into a master math teacher, a dynamic leader and within our school, and now an ExCEL award winner. So congratulations, Grant. Now I will pass on the microphone to Dr. Polio, our superintendent.
Thank you so much, Gwen, and it is a pleasure to be here for our first ExCEL Award of the year. Wish we were in person, but unfortunately, once again, we have to do it this way, but still being able to celebrate the best of the best in this area is just something special. So before I begin, I want to thank WHAS 11 for sponsoring this again for another year. It's been many, many years, and people are still, talking about this. Unfortunately, I just read an obituary of a former teacher who passed away, who in the 3rd line of the obituary said was an ExCEL Award winner. So I think that says a lot about how important it was to that teacher, but also to LG&E and KU for your continued support and sponsorship of this award. So congratulations, Grant. What an awesome opportunity. I am so glad to be able to present this awesome award to a teacher in the Newcomer Academy, which is just a fantastic school and such positive energy. I've read a lot about you here, and I tell you, right up my alley. First of all, standards-based grading. I mean, that is awesome. I have such a passion for that. I appreciate you leading that in the school. I can't wait to get over and see it. I need to see it in action. That's what I did my dissertation on, was standards-based grading. And it is great to see someone take that and implement that at the school level for themselves, but also to have the influence among peers, and colleagues to make sure that it's school-wide. So that is just awesome. The things that your colleagues say about you, the level of excitement you bring to the classroom is contagious and permeates into classrooms around his own. Be found dressed in costume, leading a celebration of learning or cheering on the success of both his students and fellow teachers. That's that kind of positive energy, that lighthouse leadership that we talk about in JCPS. And it's just awesome. Every single comment has something about excitement, enthusiasm, keeping spirits high, professionalism. So it is clear that you deserve this award for all that you do for our students in JCPS and many of our neediest students in JCPS. So I am proud to have innovative educators like Mr. Bradfield who are dedicated to student success and work hard to help their teams excel. So Mr. Bradfield, on behalf of JCPS, I want to congratulate you on winning the WHAS 11 ExCEL Award. And I want to thank you for your commitment to teaching, to your school, and most of all, to your students. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Polio. Now we are going to pass the mic on to Kirsten Miller.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kirsten Miller, and I'm a math department lead at Newcomer. I've known Grant since 2016 when he first started, like Ms. Snow was saying. And in fact, when he first started, he actually observed in my classroom for about a month before he got his own classes. And so in the beginning, our relationship was I was trying to grant him some knowledge about teaching. But since that time, he's actually taught me quite a bit. So I want to share some of the things that our very own Mr. Bradfield has taught me and can teach us. Slide. Lesson 1, be part of the community. So Mr. Bradfield, he leads by example. He's always has patience and humility. He always has time for others when they need it. And he's also not afraid to ask for help and accept help from others. And there's no competition with Grant, except when we're playing basketball. So lesson 2, do a good job, but don't forget to have fun too. So Mr. Bradfield is excellent. Like Dr. Polio was saying, he has done a lot to work with standards-based grading at our school. So he's a great professional, but he's not afraid to do things like dress up like Gandalf or wear his clothes backwards just to get a laugh out of people. And that's something we all need to do. And lesson 3, don't focus on obstacles, focus on opportunities. So this again, I have a story that comes from that first year when Grant started. There were a group of students who needed to retake a math class. And I kind of actually felt bad for them. It was a hard way to start with students who were going to need a lot of extra help. But Grant never said, "Ooh, those are tough students." Grant said, "Those are my students." And I think that's a good attitude for us all to have. We embrace our opportunities to make the most of them. So thank you, Grant, for teaching us all of those lessons, not just about trigonometry and about slope, but about life and how we can excel as teachers and as people. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kirsten Miller. And now we will go on to, we'll pass the mic virtually to Scott Wade.
Students, when you're on the morning bus at 6:30, Mr. Bradfield is walking into his classroom. 11 hours later, in the dark winter evenings, his little old car is still in the parking lot. It's because he loves you. You know him as the math teacher, but listen now to know the journey of the man we honor today. At your age, he had 2 goals. The first was to be as simple as possible at high school, amazed at what he could do with his calculator. The second was to get as far away as possible, so after college, he went to China. Just like you, he found out what it's like to live thousands of miles away from your people in a place where you don't understand anything. Just like you, he learned a new language and made new friends, and he explored. Imagine a 24-year-old Grant boy riding his bicycle up into the mountain villages. Imagine him teaching English to Chinese people. That's right, your math teacher teaching English. Back in America, he worked late nights at Toys R Us stacking boxes. He also worked for a rich man polishing silver candles and was a substitute teacher. He did anything to make money to pay for his education, so someday he could help young people. When he arrived at Newcomer Academy 5 years ago, he didn't even have a classroom, but learned fast. We saw that helping students gave him energy. When you don't understand, he works harder because he thinks he is responsible. And when you do understand and helps others, he feels joy. He loves you, and I know you love him. And now we will go to the best part. Mr. Bradfield, students have made a presentation for you with the great help of Stacy Kotkamp and your friends.
Okay, hello everyone. So excited to be joining you all virtually for this year's first ExCEL Award. I think this is my third or fourth season presenting them, and they are such a joy. Normally, I really feed off of the energy of getting to be in the school, but I'm just going to assume that everyone is paying really good and close attention. And I will try to not make any embarrassing jokes, which is normally my specialty. I cannot believe we have made it to this point in the presentation and no one has taken the quote that I pulled to use in this presentation in my little speech part of it. But here we are, we made it and no one's used it yet. So I'm gonna throw it out there and ramp off of it. In reading the ExCEL Award packet for Grant, I was so excited to find not just what makes him especially awesome as a teacher, but things that I feel like I can relate to as well, and that a lot of people can relate to. So I could not miss the opportunity to put a Lord of the Rings quote in this acceptance. So this one, I had to look up the context and make sure it was good context and that I was using it correctly, but I think we're all good. So the quote that I pulled is, "All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us." Now, this is a really famous quote. This one is from Gandalf when he's talking to Frodo about the ring, explaining to him what it is, and also talking about some of the it's kind of like a foreshadowing, in my opinion. It's like talking about the adversities that are going to come their way, all that kind of stuff. So this quote is about rising to the challenge, and it's about everything in life kind of having a predetermined reason, if you want to get really deep on it, knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be at exactly the right time to do exactly the right thing for the people around you. And I cannot think of someone that I've met through giving this award that it sounds like that is exactly how this is supposed to be. Through learning about you, Grant, I know that you have worn a lot of hats in your life, that you've always done what you have to do to make sure that the ends meet. And it all brought you exactly right here to this moment so that you could be in this position to help people. You held on, you did what you had to do to make the money work, to make the bills work, so that you could help a new generation of Louisvillians be the best that they can be and not let any of the barriers that may be in their way be something that stops them from being the best that they can be. So Sorry, I'm feeling like I'm getting emotional. So I'm just going to stop there and I'm going to keep going. You have one that is headed your way in the mail, but I wanted to virtually present you with our giant golden apple. This is the trophy you get for winning an ExCEL award. It is incredibly heavy. So when oh, you got it. Yeah, okay, awesome. Good, it already arrived. I know some of them are on the way, some of them haven't gotten there yet. So I'm glad that you have yours. It is deceivingly heavy, right? Yeah, it's a lot heavier than you think it's gonna be, but yeah, they're really cool awards. I'm lucky that I get to have this one that sits on my desk year round that just kind of serves as a reminder of all of the amazing teachers that we have in our communities. And now you are among the ranks. So congratulations, I'm so happy for you. You are 100% deserving of this ExCEL award. Continue on your mission of doing the best you can for the students in our community. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Liz Pratt from LGE and KU.
Right, thank you. Thanks so much, Haley. I am so happy to be here today on behalf of all employees at LGE and KU and for this opportunity to recognize Grant. We've been a part of the ExCEL Awards for nearly 20 years because it's really just such a great way to celebrate the exceptional teachers we have in our region and the impacts that you're making for your students, in our schools, and for our entire community. As Haley said, these are our future, these are our Louvillians, these are our future leaders, and so we just celebrate the impacts that you're making. So I also got the chance to read your nomination packets, Grant, and it's so inspiring to learn about the innovative ways that you're engaging and connecting with your students and with your colleagues. So I also had a few sort of thoughts that popped out to me from how your nominators have described you. And it's, you know, you're instrumental, a dedicated professional, spotlighting more diverse models of excellence, finding ways to showcase being a kind and helpful classmate, and keeping spirits high, both among colleagues and students. And also, I was so inspired that you are a constant learner yourself, always continuing to pursue college classes and degrees. So just so inspired by the work that you're doing and the impacts that you're making. You know, the experiences over the last 2 years, in person, balancing between in person and virtual, just as we are today, has really spotlighted education and the dedication of our teachers and our districts to continue to find creative ways to support our students. So we wish we could be there with you in person, but this is also such a great way to celebrate virtually. So on behalf of everyone at LGE and KU, it is my privilege to present to you an award for $1,000 that we know will be so well used for your students and in your classroom there at Newcomer Academy. So congratulations, and I'm so thankful to be a part of today's event.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this award, and it may be me here, but it's really the Newcomer Academy family that we have here that truly earned and deserved this award. You know, I want to thank my family first off. I thank my wife every day working with our kids and just the joy they are to come home to, keep me pushing through difficult times. So I'm thankful to my wife, Katie, there, and my kids. Yeah, I can't do that without them. But truly, really want to thank Newcomer Academy, and Newcomer Academy starts with Miss Snow, Principal Snow. She, as she said, she was very patient, and starting me off, I was able to sit and work with other teachers and learn from teachers, not just being thrown to the fire, but she was patient with a new teacher like me. But she brings always calm and collected attitude and brings out excellence in all her teachers and just the group of people that she's built and drawn here to support students has been amazing. I also want to thank Miss Merkel. This award goes out to you as well. Always inspiring me to do my best, to be the best teacher I can be. Whatever she needs, whatever needs done, she gets it done in this school. And Just so thankful for what you do for students. And then also want to mention Mr. Solipur. You were my mentor when I first landed here, and you pushed me. And when I was a new teacher, I was lost and I was stressed, losing sleep all over the binder that I needed to turn in for you so you could observe. But no, seriously, Ranko, you taught me how to use data to impact student learning. You taught me how to be a better teacher, and you taught me how compassion can impact students' lives, and I appreciate that too. I work with an amazing group of teachers, and I want to thank my team. This award goes to you, and I'm looking at you guys, Dr. Perez, Mr. Guragai, Miss Tussie, Mr. Wade. You guys are an amazing group of people to work with, and make it a joy to come to work every day. Whatever needs doing, guys, you get it done, and we work together as a team to serve students, and I thank you so much. I especially want to thank Mr. Wade. Mr. Wade, such an amazing teacher. I see your love, your passion for students. You're here and it's infectious. You were an ExCEL winner 7 years ago. And yet you're always seeking to improve. You're not satisfied with just being the best, but you continue to grow. And I take so much of what I do from you. And then I also want to say, Kirsten Miller. When I got here, I may have pretended to know a lot about math, but she really does know a lot about math. And any good ideas that I had came from her little drawer of math worksheets that I would pull through from. So any lessons about sloths, cats, rabbits, Miss Snow's candy collection, I got from Miss Miller. So thank you, Kirsten. And I hope I can continue pulling some lessons from your drawer. Yeah, okay, thank you. But thank you. Newcomer is a family, and you guys are all amazing. I appreciate the counselors, Miss Rita, what you do for students. I appreciate Miss Jenny serving students, the office staff. Everybody here is just an amazing team that just shares their love for students. And this award is really for you. And then I also want to mention the heartbeat of our staff is our bilingual instructors. And I'm seeing they're probably out covering classes right now that we're not in. But truly, you guys are amazing. You are our ties to our students. You give voice for translating students. You are educators. You do whatever is needed done, and just so thankful for you guys. And especially I want to mention Miss Sadia, and thinking through this time and how much she served our community. Many of you students know that she passed away last year, and her loss is just really missed. And there's not a day goes by that I don't miss her and think about her in my classroom. But her legacy, her care for students, lives on at this school, and I feel that in everyone that's here. But most importantly, I want to say this ExCEL award that I received is for you, the students. It is you that I am inspired by. It is you, students, and your stories. You come from difficult places. You've made a difficult journey to come here. You've already overcome many hardships just to be here in the United States, here in Louisville, here at Newcomer Academy. Some of you have come from refugee camps or have seen friends and family members die. You have left your family behind. You came in search of safety and a better life. When you arrived here, you discovered new hardships that you had to deal with. You have learned, you have to learn a new language in a new culture, in a new school, in a new country, and trying to make new friends. And on top of that, you all have to learn a little bit of math, which is also kind of hard. Yeah. No, I'm amazed by you. I appreciate you. And I thank you for coming to school every day, doing your best. You're why I'm here. And this award is for you. So I'm just so grateful to be here with you. and just to be a small part of help on your way to reaching your dreams. So thank you, students. Thank you.